Okay, good morning class. And now I am going to share the screen now. Are you able to see the slides? We have Balaji. Balaji present in the class? Okay. Is Balaji present in the class? Someone are still joining in the class. Okay. So this is the academic year 2021 and you are in 2/4 ECE A section and you are in the semester 1 and the name of the subject is managerial economics and financial analysis. Okay. So first and foremost, we will see what are the course objectives of this course or the subject managerial economics and financial analysis. Okay. See, first we see the learning objectives of the subject. The main learning objectives of the subject is to understand the concepts and nature of managerial economics and its relationship with other disciplines, and also to understand the concepts of demand and demand forecasting, and also the student must be familiar with some of the production functions and input output relationships and cost output relationships and cost volume profit analysis. And we have the other objective, that is to understand the nature of different types of markets, methods of pricing in the different market structures, and to know the different forms of business organization and the concept of business cycles. Okay. Okay. And also we have the course objectives such as to learn different accounting systems such as preparation of financial statement and use of different tools for performance evaluation. Oh. Okay, now we'll go for screen sharing once again. I'm once again sharing the screen.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Are you biology? I made you to unmute yourself, right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Okay. You have to be in the class before the class begins, right? I started the class exactly at 1 minute before the 2 o'clock. Okay. Now we have seen the course objectives. Okay. We have already seen the course objectives. Next, we'll see the syllabus of. Are you able to see the screen? Balaji, please respond. Are you able to see the screen? Okay. You'll see the syllabus. Just you see the syllabus of the subject. Generally, the syllabus is consists of 5 units. Okay. Unit 1 is regarding the introduction to managerial economics. Okay. First unit is introduction to managerial economics and demand analysis. Actually, it is of number 413, 19B8 413. See that your mouse is moving somewhere. Okay. So, so in that first unit, you are going to see a definition of managerial economics, scope of managerial economics, and its relationship with other subjects, and the concept of demand, types of demand, determinants of demand, demand schedule, demand curve, law of demand and its limitations, and elasticity of demand, and types of elasticity of demand and measurement, demand forecasting, and methods of forecasting. In the previous regulation, in the syllabus, we don't have the concept of supply and law of supply, but there we have the forecasting. Okay. After that, in the new regulation, in the syllabus, concept of supply and law of supply is also added. So that is marked in red. That's the reason. Next, unit 2. Unit 2 is regarding the theories of production and cost analysis. Theories of so second one is theories of production cost analysis and theories of production function. Here we have different theories of production functions such as Cobb-Douglas production function, like that. And we have law of variable proportions, and we have isoquants, isocost, choice of least cost factor combinations, concepts of returns to scale and economies of scale, different cost concepts, opportunity costs, explicit and implicit costs, fixed costs, variable costs, total costs, cost volumes, and we have different types of cost analysis. Okay, and you have the third unit, that is regarding the introduction to markets and theories of firms and pricing policies. Okay, we have different types of market structures. We have different types of market structures there, and this is having part B also. Unit 3 is having part B also, that is regarding the business cycles. Okay. Different types of business cycles we have. Okay. So in the fourth unit, we'll be studying regarding the accounting and financial analysis. That means how to make the account statement. Okay, such as we used to hear the words such as ledger, trail balance, journal, preparation of journal. These type of aspects we'll be learning in the fourth unit. And also we have analysis and interpretation of financial statements, and we have the ratio analysis also there, and preparation of funds flow and cash flow analysis, and we have some problems over this. Okay, and the fifth unit is nothing but the capital budgeting. When you want to start a firm, you should definitely have some capital. Okay, you should. So are you? So don't worry, it is an introduction class, and we are discussing regarding the syllabus only. We will be providing the PPT for you, and I have already provided you the syllabus copy also. And capital, okay, coming to the subject capital and capital budgeting. When you want to start some business, you should definitely require some amount of capital. The initial amount what required is generally called as capital, and we should have some budgeting techniques also for the capital. And generally we used to follow the textbook. The prescribed textbook here is ARRE3 by Managerial Economics and Financial Analysis. Okay, the prescribed textbook by the university is ARRE3 by ARRE3, the author of the textbook. The title is Managerial Economics and Financial Analysis. Right. Next, see here, we have some other reference textbooks also. We have 6 reference textbooks. You can just have a look over those. And every subject will be having some course outcomes. Previously, we have discussed regarding the course objectives. That means before learning a subject, we used to see what are the objectives of learning that subject, or what you are going to learn. That is nothing but course objectives. Then the course outcomes. What are course outcomes? Course outcomes are nothing but the after completion of the subject, what you have learned. That means after successful completion of the subject, the student must be able to learn these aspects. He might have learned all these aspects. We have to verify whether he has learned these aspects or not. That are nothing but the course outcomes. Okay. Here the learner, that means the student, is equipped with the knowledge of estimating the demand and demand elasticities for a product. After the completion of the subject MEFA, we are simply calling this Managerial Economics and Financial Analysis as MEFA. Okay. After completion of the subject MEFA, the student must be able to know, he should have some knowledge of estimating the demand and a demand elasticity for a product. Okay. Here we have another course outcome. the knowledge of understanding of the input output cost relationships and estimation of a least cost combination of inputs. What does it mean? Input cost and output cost we can call as input cost and output cost. For designing a product, we require some raw material, or for producing a product, we require some raw material. We have to purchase that raw material. Okay, that raw material, but that cost is nothing but the input cost. That we are buying that material by paying some amount or some cost. That is nothing but the input cost. And the output cost is the final product. So the product cost. That means output cost in the sense after preparation of that particular product, we fix some cost. What does it mean? It includes the rent and the maintenance of the machinery and any other types of money what we have invested in that, in the preparation of that product. Okay, that's all comes under the output cost relations. And estimation of least cost combination of inputs. Least cost combination of inputs, what does it mean? Least cost combination of inputs means a company may be designing 2 or 3 or 4 some x number of products. Say some A is a product and B is a product and C is a product and D is a product. A company is going to produce 4 types of products, A, B, C and D. The company has to identify which product is going to give more gain to it. So we must be able to understand whether that product has to be continued. That means production of that particular product has to be continued or it has to be discontinued. Okay, that product has to be continued or the product has to be discontinued. We have to see. That is called as least cost combination of inputs. Some in the products, say A, B, C and D, producing product A is easy and we can have more gain. Product B may be giving less amount of gain. Product C may be giving negative gain, that means loss. And product D may be giving neutral, it is not giving any profit or loss. So we have to identify whether these products either A, B or C or D has to be continued or it has to be dropped. As I said now, the product C is giving loss to us. So, and product D is not giving either profit or loss. But product A is giving high profit and product B is giving less profit. Okay, here in this subject we are going to learn that which continue based on some laws we will be identifying which combination will be better to get the more amount of profit. So here the students should also understand the nature of different types of markets and price outputs determination under various markets conditions, and also to have the knowledge of different business units. Okay, if you are designing a product, it costs something that you call some input cost. Cost is nothing but the amount you spend to produce that product, that is called cost. Then what about price? Price includes your cost and also some amount of profit. Okay. Do you know the difference? Now you will be understanding the difference between the cost and the price. For producing something, we require some money, that is nothing but the cost. But price is nothing but the amount or money you want to sell. It is called selling price. Generally, it is called as selling price, and it will be generally more than the cost. If in that case only, you will be getting the profit, right? And also the learner, that means the student, is able to prepare financial statements and the usage of various accounting tools for analysis. Financial statements, you should be able to know how to do your own financial statement of your company. You may become manager of a firm, and you should know how to prepare the financial statement of it, and you should know how to analyze the accounts. Okay. And you should also know the investment project proposals with the help of capital budgeting techniques for decision making. Okay, as I said previously, we should say as a manager or as a CEO of a company, you should know that whether you have to continue this product or not, or if you want to start by your own a new company, you should know how much amount of capital is required. How much amount of capital is required, that means initial amount to establish that particular company. And you should know, if you want to sanction some project to some other one, you should be able to know what is their capital strength. Okay, what is their capital strength, you have to know, and whether they will be doing that project for you or not, whether they have the capacity to do that that project or not. You should be able to identify. Now, so we see here the first unit. So far we have seen the syllabus and different types of textbooks, different types of course objectives, and different types of course outcomes. And now we start the unit 1. Okay. So in before going to start this our subject, actual subject, that is unit 1, introduction to managerial economics and demand analysis. We have generally some introduction to it. Okay. First, let me ask a question for you. Do you imagine that if you have finished your studies and if you have joined as an engineer in a manufacturing organization, what do you do there? You think over it. Okay. So generally, it's a manufacturing organization. You are the manager in it, and generally you are an engineer, and later you become a manager, a production control engineer, or else what you will be planning. Generally, you have to plan to produce maximum quantity of goods of a given quality at a reasonable cost, right? We always think of having a minimum level quality or the best quality or the quality which is specified as per the norms, and it has to be satisfied, and we have to produce it in a reasonable cost, right? As an engineer or as a manager, you have to see that whether you are going to produce in that way or not. Or else, if you are a sales manager of a production, or if you are a manufacturing organization, what you have to do? You have to sell a maximum amount of goods with a minimum advertisement cost. Okay, with the less amount of advertisement cost, you should be able to sell more number of products. Okay. The advertisement cost is also included in the cost of that particular product. Okay. And also, in other words, you can say we want to minimize other costs and maximize your returns. And by doing so, you are practicing the principles of managerial economics. Okay, if you are able to minimize the cost, different types of costs. Cost is not a single term. It consists of different types of costs. Okay, raw material cost, maintenance cost, material maintenance cost, machinery maintenance cost. We have so many such type of costs. We should and class here. Okay, that cost consists of different types of costs. So we have to reduce those costs. All other combination of costs has to be reduced, and the final product cost has to be reduced such a way that we can have more amount of gain. Generally, we can say whenever a new product is launched, initially the cost will be, that means the selling price of that particular product will be very high. Why? Because it includes the R&D cost. To develop that particular product, the scientists or the design engineers have struggled a lot to make that product. That is also included in the production cost. After reaching some amount of profit, they themselves, the company will be reducing the cost of that particular product. Right? Do you get now? So you can see the examples. As an example, if you see, there's the cell phone. Generally, everyone will be using the cell phone. And if you see in the new launch of that particular product, the cost will be very much higher. Later on, after some days has passed or after some months has passed, the same product we can get at less cost. Okay. Why? Because they have attained some amount of profit so far, and they want to get the profit by selling more number of products only. Okay. So have the habit of seeing the business news, and also have the habit of watching business TV channels also, to understand these business aspects. Then only you can learn some new business techniques. Okay, so you can go through the papers and you can see how the business, how they are doing business, or how the company is gaining the profits. Okay, different aspects. Just we have seen the introduction to our first unit, that is introduction to managerial economics and demand analysis. And I have asked a question. Just imagine if you are a engineer, what you are going to see, what you are going to do in a manufacturing organization. Okay, we will be continuing in the next class. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the next class also. Okay, thank you.